Welcome back to part 2 of our 6-figure drop shipping product research. Let's just get right into it right now. So if you haven't done so yet, yesterday I went ahead and recorded part 1, and you should be watching part 1 before you watch this one. Now, this particular video, I'm gonna dive into my computer. I'm gonna show you how to confirm a specific product and niche as well. So I'm going to show you the key metrics that I look at and exactly what you should measure in order to go ahead and determine for yourself if you wanna tap into a niche and if something, particularly a product, is worth it for you. Now again, like I showed yesterday, I am using a tool. It's called Shop Inspect. You can use any tool that you want. It doesn't need to be one that I'm using, but I'm gonna use Shop Inspect out of simplicity purposes, one that I've used and have used for roughly 2 months now, just so I can get product ideas. So without any further ado, let me just get into my computer and let's dive right into this. So right over here, we're starting off with step number 2. Now again, using tools is easy to find product, and what we're gonna be doing here is checking and confirming products. Now we're gonna use Shop Inspect to find products. If you don't have any products, or maybe you might have products, it doesn't matter what category you fall under. Shop Inspect can either help you find products, or it can also go out there and confirm a product or niche for you. Now again, we're also gonna be using the Ali Dropship, and we're gonna use their dropshipping tools that they provide to us to go out there and go ahead and confirm if a product is doing well or not. Now, what we're gonna be doing is using specific tools, and we're gonna be doing it in a certain way. So the reason why we're gonna be using tools and certain sites is because it's gonna shortcut your product research time, allowing you to go ahead and effortlessly find those products that are gonna be winners majority of the time. Now again, you'll never know if a product is a winner unless you actually go out there and start advertising and see. Now, you do not need a particular software or any research tool when you're first starting out. However, it does give you that unfair advantage. I want to make that very, very clear. If you want to get Shop Inspect, you can. If you want to get eSniper, you can. ASIN Inspector, whatever it is, whatever software you want to use, go ahead and use it. It'll all do the same thing for you. It'll all give you the data aggregated collectively so you can go out there and have the best results possible. Now again, the other thing I want to talk about is one specific product can make you 6 figures. So a lot of people say, oh, why do I need to pay for this research software? Can I do it on my own? Absolutely you can. And as a matter of fact, I did it by myself for years, and I still typically, till this day, will do the product research on its own. Like I'll go to AliExpress, start browsing through stores and whatnot, and then I'll confirm it with other tools. So again, it's not like I use this 100% all the time. I use it as an extra means to go ahead and confirm a niche if I really want to go out there and double check it or give me product ideas. So again, using tools is very easy for you. There's a link in the description. You can go ahead and use Ecom Dudes 30. It'll give you 30% off, I think it is. And all of that is down in the description. You can take a look at that. And again, doing background research is also very important. You want to use, and we're going to be using, the AliExpress Dropshipping Center as a research tool, and we're also going to be using Google Trends. And again, the reason why I like using Google Trends is because I'll show you how to actually confirm a particular niche, but Google Trends will allow you to see if the item is trendy or if the item is evergreen. Now, speaking of, what we want to take a look inside of is the AliExpress Dropship Center, and we want to take a look at anywhere from 30 to 50 sales or more every single day. Now, if the certain listing that we're looking at doesn't really go out there and provide 30 to 50 sales per day, we can take a look at other listings. So here's some new top products for today that Shop Inspect went ahead and found. Actually, they update every single hour. So let's just take, for example, this knife. I also want to go ahead and take a look. This was also yesterday's that we saw. So again, we'll take a look at the knife. We'll also take a look at this right over here, auto wiper. It's pretty cool, actually. The scratch repair kit. All right, so I'm just going to take a look at those particular 2 products. I'm going to go to product page and click that by accident. Let's go to product page over here as well. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking these particular URLs and I'm going to be running them inside of home.aliexpress.com/dropshipper/ds_center.htm. And I'm going to go to product analysis right over here, and I'm just going to paste in the URL. I'm going to click search. Now when I click search, it's going to go ahead and populate this particular product and the data back to me on how many sales this particular product and listing is making every single day. So right over here, we're looking at 20 to 14, 16, 28. So this has an average of around 20 to 25 sales a day. Again, a knife isn't necessarily something that can solve a problem, has a wow factor, and fits into our formula for finding a winning product. So again, this particular product isn't one that I would necessarily go after. So let's take a look at our next product right over here. So this one seems to have some decent amount of orders, and I'm going to click search, and let's take a look at what we're doing. Now this is 3, 5, this is one order. This is not a good product for me to go out there and target. Now the reason being is because there's not enough sales here. There's not enough sales whatsoever. So again, this particular product, I wouldn't necessarily go out there and target. It's just not something that I would, quite frankly, be interested in targeting. So if I'm looking at these hot products, I'm going through all of this, then I start noticing which ones have a lot of sales and which ones don't. However, what I can also go ahead and do is I can take a look at the websites and the fastest growing websites, and I'm going to just go ahead and take a look at some of these fastest growing websites and see if I can go out there and find similar products that I can advertise very, very easily. So another thing you can do is go to AliExpress, do best.aliexpress.com, then you could choose the category, and then it'll have a best match for you, a best match for me. It says just for you over here, and these are typically high selling products as well. So again, I was actually doing some research inside of Shop Inspect, and one of the fastest growing websites is a CSGO knife. Now again, I wouldn't necessarily sell these because it's a huge market, by the way, huge market. And what I will say is that I'm 99% sure that this is infringed, and I don't think you're legally allowed to sell these, but again, I would do more research on that. Maybe if I were to just type in CSGO knives. So it seems like there's a lot of sellers in here. So these are CSGO knives. CSGO is a game, just so you know. It's Counter-Strike Go. It's a video game that you play on your computer. So again, there's these type of knives, and they cater to a very, very specific type of audience that is willing to purchase a lot as well. So again, really quickly, let me just take a look at this. This is pretty cool. So this is one of those light up ring, or this is tape. So I thought it was one of those light up rings that we can easily go out there and target. I guess not. I didn't read it. I just saw it really quickly. It's actually kind of really cool, glow in the dark tape. That's interesting. So let me go find other products as well. Now, another place that I would look is inside of the AliExpress flash deals. Now, these are pretty cool because you can find suppliers that offer really interesting products and then go through their stores as well. So again, I'm just looking at some of these. You can also take a look at upcoming flash deals that they have. So some of these products are really interesting. And this is where I can also go and find some of my best performers. This is where I've came up with ideas for some of my best performers as well. So again, I open this up right over here. This particular product, this is a magic curler, right? So something that curls your hair. I just called it a magic curler. It's not actually called magic curler. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and take this particular product. I'm going to copy the URL and see how many sales it's getting per day. Again, I'm not too sure. So right over here, 91, and then drops to 14, 86, 82, 22, 13, 70, 70. This right here is so unstable. However, this could be an indicator that somebody's selling this very successfully and they're only fulfilling their orders every 2 days. Meaning somebody might be getting 40 to 80 sales every 48 hours, and then they just bulk fulfill it every 48 hours. This is kind of what this is telling me. So it's not that it's a bad product. It's not that, you know, it's going up and down means it's bad. At this point, what I would do is I would take all of these numbers and then divide it from the 5th to the 17th. So I'd add them all up and then divide them, and that's my average per day. That's exactly how I would go ahead and take or get this particular number. So really quickly, what I'm going to also do is take a look at Shop Inspect, and I'm going to type in the product. I'm going to type in hair curler, and I'm going to click search. Now, this is very important what we want to look at. So we're taking a look at this hair curler, interest over time. It's going to populate with a little bit of a graph. So right over here, as you can see, remember I said before that the number ideally should always be around 75 or so. So there's these peaks where it's like 83. This one's, what is this right over here? It's probably like 90 or something. Oh, this is 100. It peaks at 100. So it's interesting because this product, it's definitely trendy in a way, meaning that it spikes and it has those weird growth spikes. However, this also means that it skews the data for the particular chart. Why? Because if it has to factor in 178 and then right over here another 70, 73, it doesn't really give you the premise. So there's a lot of spikes, so it throws off the bottom numbers. It'll give you like 20, 30. On average, I would say it would fall around 50 or so, but these spikes really throw it off and lower these numbers. So this over here is an exception. This is something that, quite frankly, looks like something that could be evergreen and something that you can sell all year round and definitely has a lot of upside potential as well. So we can see right over here the product monthly revenue, 20,000, 5,000, 4,000. So it seems like there's some potential with this particular product as well. So again, 30 to 50 sales per day. If this were to average out to 30 to 50 sales per day, that's great. However, we also want to go ahead, like I said before, and we want to take a look at Google Trends. And the graph should be ideally 75 if it's consistent, right? If it's consistent right over here, and this is Google Trends for anybody who doesn't know. This should always average out anywhere from 60 to 75 for these numbers that you see. Hair curler and 30, then 45, 58. It should average out roughly to 60 to 75 throughout all days for something really, really healthy. However, because these big numbers, you have 100 right over here, you have, what is this right over here? You have 83, 78. It doesn't necessarily help you because of the fact that these numbers become really, really skewed. So again, keep in mind that this is what we're looking for. So you want to constantly keep doing this and go over different products, different niches, and keep on going. Keep on searching and digging. So it has 112 different results for this particular product. And I do this over and over and over again and you will find a particular product that you're like, holy cow, this is it. When you know, you know. That's the best way for me to put it. So here's the deal. Tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and be releasing this entire cheat sheet. And the reason why I'm releasing it tomorrow and I haven't released it yesterday is because I want to go and create all these videos with you. And it's going to be laid out in step by step. It's going to literally go ahead and say, step 1, do this, and step 2, do this, and outline everything bullet by bullet. You even have the flow chart. So make sure tomorrow when you watch the final video, part 3 of this training, you go ahead and you download this, and the link will be in the description as well. So Dan Fam Notification Squad, it has been real. However, if you haven't watched video number 1, check it out in this playlist right over here, or there's a link in the description to take a look at the very first video. If you haven't watched that, I definitely suggest you do so. So go ahead, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.